Okay, now I've started it.
Oh, perfect. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to M&K Unscripted. Today we are talking about birthdays and burritos?
Yay!
Question mark?
We're
Yeah.
on episode 19 already.
Holy moly.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
Fun.
Isn't this so cool? Can we just take a moment to just talk about how cool it is that we actually did this podcast?
Yeah,
We're on episode 19. That's crazy.
I'm proud of us.
Oh, so wholesome.
That's so cool. Yeah, we talked about this like a year ago.
Yeah.
Hey, if we live together, we should make this cool, fun project for post-college.
And then we did.
It would be so awesome.
It would be so cool.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Not more a question, more okay, I want you to rank these three things.
Okay.
Tacos, burritos, and burrito bowls.
Okay, what do you mean by taco?
Open to interpretation.
It was the long
Yeah, well, I was
story.
thinking because I agree. Like sometimes tacos have like really little shells, but like when I make tacos at home, I use bigger shells, but not big burrito shells.
Mm-hmm.
So you can choose. You can do either one of those.
Okay, my initial reaction is taco, burrito bowl, burrito.
Okay.
What about you?
No, I want an explanation.
Okay, well, tacos, I feel like I don't actually know the difference between a taco and a burrito, but I'm thinking like a soft shell taco.
Yeah, I'm more thinking like tacos are smaller than burritos and open on the ends, and burritos are usually bigger, and you have like one, and that's the meal. That's what I'm envisioning. I don't know the actual definition of a burrito.
Okay, I love tacos, like the taco meat. We got some lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, the whole shebang. Just so good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would choose the bowl over the burrito because I like how it like mixes everything together. Like I'm thinking Chipotle. Like I always choose a bowl over like getting an actual burrito.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easier to eat.
That's fair. Yeah. I feel like I would go with burrito bowl, then taco, then burrito. But I don't know. Like I love me a good burrito bowl. Like I feel like I need to put that first because like I consistently would pick a burrito bowl at a restaurant over tacos or burritos. But like my homemade tacos where I just put my old American toppings on there, like they're so good.
Oh, I love tacos.
Cuz I know like I've had authentic Mexican tacos one time and like they were really yummy, but it's not what like I envision with a taco. I'm just so used to American tacos.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But also like I really like burritos too, but I don't like messy food. Like sometimes when food gets messy, it really bothers me, and like the potential for messiness in burritos is a lot. And the same goes for tacos, which I think is why I'd pick a burrito bowl.
Okay, that's actually so fair because I hate I hate when it's all messy and gross.
Mm-hmm.
But it just tastes so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like spaghetti for me. Like I like spaghetti, but it's messy.
Yeah, that's like Doritos for me.
Oh, real.
Like Doritos taste good, but also like and like Cheetos. Like I almost never pick Cheetos just because it makes my fingers all messy and that.
That's so real though.
Not a fan.
Same.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about birthdays now?
Yeah.
So we talk about why we're talking about birthdays this week?
Why are we talking about
Kelly's birthday. It's Kelly's birthday week this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
That's exciting. So I feel like between the fact that it's Kelly's birthday week and Megan's birthday is about a month away, approximately, give or take, then we thought it'd be a great time to talk about birthdays.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm so excited.
Do you like your birthday?
That is a loaded question. I feel like, yeah. I mean, who doesn't? Well, some people don't.
Some people really don't like their birthday.
No, I do. I really do. I think I like it more now than I did when I was a kid for some reason. I feel like now it's just more exciting and like I have more fun things to do. Like spend time with friends. And I feel like I just reminisce a lot. But I feel like every single birthday at some point I get a little emotional. Because I just like think back to like everything that I've done that year and like I'm getting older and like all these things that sometimes I like cry a little bit. But like not in a bad way. But like just when you're like, oh, think of all these things that I've done it's just like a time to reflect. It's kind of like New Year's for me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I have some videos on my phone of when I was turning, I think, 16. Like Snapchat videos of, oh, this is what my life was like at this time. Or like sometimes I'll have like a little journal. I'll just journal a little bit about the year, like the night before my birthday. So that's always fun.
Aw.
Yeah. So I can look back and be like, oh, that's what I was thinking at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what, maybe this podcast will kind of be like that.
I thought of the other thing that I thought of in the shower. Hold on, I'm writing it down.
She's taking notes.
Okay. We're good. So yeah, I've overall good birthday. Yes, you like your
Yes.
birthday.
I like my birthday.
Good.
It's fun.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Do you like birthday parties? What has been your experience with birthday parties in your life? Because you're having a party this year, but
Here I am. Let's go. Honestly, my family has never been like people that have birthday parties. Like normally what it's been like when I was a kid was just like have some cake, have some presents, hang out with the family. You get to choose whatever meal you want that my mom would make, and then that would be kind of it.
mm-hmm.
Never anything crazy. But now, I think this year might be, well, I guess like sometimes in college we did do things for my birthday, but I feel like this is the most like birthday party, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Normally I'm like, I don't want to make everything about me sort of thing. And so then I like usually don't like to do a lot, but like I'm really looking forward to this year.
Now
Like,
she's all about her.
well, no, I
That was
don't
a
know.
joke. That was a joke.
I feel like it sounds like, I don't know, it's like, why should somebody celebrate me, you know? But like if other people are like doing it for me, then it's different, you know? It just feels weird to be like, oh, I demand that everybody celebrates me on this one day, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's fun to do that. It's fun to have fun, but
Yeah. I guess I mostly birthday parties is just like a reason to celebrate instead of like, oh, it's all about me. Pay attention to me. Which I guess like the premise of it is like we're gathering because of you or me or whatever, whoever's party it is. But I don't know. I guess I've never viewed it as like selfish to have a party.
yeah, I guess like when it's other people, I don't necessarily think it as selfish. Like I don't see that with other people if they have a party, but for me,
Mm-hmm.
I would just also I'm usually not like somebody who loves center of attention. Like I feel like more now just because I'm like less shy, but I just remember being like little and being like, "Oh my gosh." Like, what do you do when people sing happy birthday to you? I don't even know. Are you supposed to sing along? Are you supposed to just awkwardly stand there? Like, do you dance? Like, what do you do?
I feel like you could do so many things.
Yeah, I know.
You could conduct. You could
You could
sing with them.
conduct.
That'd be so
True.
fun. You could just sit there and smile.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that'd be cutie.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't know how many birthday parties I've had. I feel like I could name just a couple birthdays that I didn't have a party. Like every other year, I always had a birthday party. And I'd invite like 10 people more. Like I remember one year, there were like 15 girls in my house just
Well,
having a
that's
party.
fun.
So it was really cutie. I feel like that was a cute part of my childhood. Like back before everybody had a cell phone, like when we were little, like I'd like make invitations on like the computer and print them out and mail them to people. And so
Aww.
that was super cute. Like I remember with my mom, like we'd be on like Microsoft Word, like finding pictures of, like balloons and being like Megan's birthday party and like all the fun stuff.
That's so cute.
So I feel like that's super fun. But yeah. I haven't had a party. Well, that's not true. I've had parties in college too.
Yeah.
They just look different than they used to, but
Yeah,
so
you
yeah.
don't really make invitations as much.
Right, yeah. But like I'd still like gather people together specifically for my birthday. And like we'd do stuff and whatever that looked like.
Yeah. I more see it as like an opportunity to hang out with people and do fun things, you know?
Yeah, see me too. Like, yeah, it's my birthday, but I don't know. But also I guess I like being the center of attention more than you do.
Yeah,
So I could also see that.
true.
Do you have any special birthday traditions that you do?
I remember when I was younger, I have no idea. I'm having deja vu. Did I tell this story? I don't remember, but
Tell it and I'll tell you.
yeah, I don't. Well, I'm gonna tell it anyways. Maybe people didn't hear it. So when I was younger, every single birthday, for some reason, I would request a birthday cake with marshmallows on it.
I just got deja vu. I think you've
Yeah, I
said
think
that
I
before.
have said this before
Yeah.
on
But
some
that's cutie.
podcasts.
Special
Yeah,
tradition.
I don't know why. Like it was always like it was a homemade cake. Usually, I don't know if it. I think it varied. Like sometimes confetti cake, sometimes chocolate cake, sometimes vanilla cake, and frosting, and then marshmallows all over. I don't know.
Mm.
Like sometimes I'd have the colorful ones, sometimes it'd just be the white ones. Sometimes it would like the marshmallows would just be like the number of age I was turning.
Mm.
I don't know why. It's kind of random.
So on top of frosting.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that's so weird. Like nobody does that really, but I just remember that was like something that I wanted for some reason. So
Aw,
it's kind of a little cutie thing.
that is cutie.
I have like pictures in my like photo albums for when I was a kid of I think I helped bake the cake sometimes and like put all the marshmallows on like when I was really little.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of cute to look back on, but yeah, kind of random. And I remember I went to like sometimes we would go to restaurants for our birthdays. Like I think depending on the year, I think we could go to I don't know, choose a restaurant that we wanted to go to for our birthdays. So not really a tradition, but every once in a while we'd go out to eat. And I would choose like Italian if I could. Some
Mm.
good food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yummy. Well, I was gonna ask you about your favorite kind of birthday cake, but you kind of answered that there. Would you say like a homemade cake? Or what's your
Uh,
ideal birthday cake?
Now it would be like a bunch of frosting and vanilla.
Mm.
Like a bunch, like a corner piece.
Mm.
Or I love an ice cream cake too, but usually with my birthday being like in the spring, it's not really as much ice cream vibes
Mm-hmm.
as it would be with a summer birthday, but
Mm-hmm.
I just love frosting. So good.
Frosting is such a slay. Yeah, I feel like lately I've been less into corner pieces and more into just edge pieces. Like I
Mm.
used to be like, give me as absolutely much frosting as possible, but like the other day I had a piece of cake and I had a corner piece and I like didn't eat some of the frosting because it was just too much, which is just not how it used to be for me. And I was like, wow, I'm changing.
She's grown.
She's
She's
getting older.
adapting. Real life.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I feel like some people either love frosting or hate it. But then when people hate frosting, then you can take their frosting.
Yeah,
Then that's fun.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite birthday cake?
When I was younger, we always, not always, but most of the time, like my mom would make a homemade cake. And then it just depended. Because also, so my birthday is one day apart from my dad's birthday, which is super special. Like all growing up, we always used to have like kind of a joint family party. And so like
Mm.
that'd be super fun and cute because then like sometimes like half the cake would be mine and half would be my dad's. And like now we both like we're like, no, we each get our own cake. So then like we'll have cake one day and cake the next day. So then usually they're like different types of cake.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite cake. Usually I'd pick like I usually wouldn't pick chocolate, but like I'd pick vanilla, like strawberry cake, like from a box. Oh, that's good. I like a good
Mm.
strawberry cake. Um, and yeah, now like my parents will get cake from like the store, like a store-bought cake, and those are really yummy too. Buttercream frosting for sure. I'm a marble fan too. I like marble cake.
Yeah, that's
Good
good.
stuff. I'm a fan. Yeah. Usually I'm lactose intolerant, so usually I didn't like get an ice cream cake for my cake, but sometimes my dad would like for his cake. So
Mm-hmm.
just depended.
Now I really want cake.
Mm,
Oh,
that sounds yummy.
yeah. Would you ever get anything like other than cake?
Yeah, one year I got a cookie cake
Ooh.
because again, like sometimes there's just too much cake with my dad's birthday also being right like next to mine. So then like sometimes my like one of us will like have a dessert that my mom makes of like that's not a cake. And then one year I got like a big chocolate chip cookie and then they put like frosting on the top of like happy birthday Megan. And like I remember that being good. I remember being like, "Oh, it's not cake," but like it was fun and it was different.
Mm.
So it was good.
You know, sometimes
Cookie
cookie
cake.
cake. Sometimes that really slaps. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will say like the actual like cake part of cake is really good too, so you're kind of missing that, but
Yeah.
cookie cake is also a win.
Do you remember the Taylor Swift cake we had last year in our apartment at college for our roommate's birthday? Do you remember that cake? And there was like many layers, and they had like cookie dough in it on it.
Oh,
Do you remember that cake?
yeah.
That was so good.
Oh
Oh my gosh.
man.
Sometimes I think about that cake. I'm like, that
Sometimes
was
she's dreaming about it.
so good. Because also, I remember I took a picture of the cake, and then I'm like,
Mm,
oh, this cake.
man.
That was so good.
Yeah. How do you feel about carrot cake?
As long as there's good frosting on it, and there's a lot of frosting, like, I'm okay with that. Probably not
Too.
for my birthday cake, but like in
Yeah.
general.
I know my dad really likes carrot cake.
So is my
Like
grandma.
some people really, really like it. I just like it's good, but I just wouldn't choose it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I eat it. Don't get me wrong, it's cake. It's good. But it's not gonna be my birthday cake,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah. What's the best present you've ever gotten for your birthday? Can you think of one?
Ooh, for my birthday. Girl, I don't even know. I feel like
Or you can answer option B of like a favorite birthday memory. Like the first birthday that comes to mind that was like, oh, that's a good birthday.
oh my gosh, I feel like I don't ever remember my birthday. Um Sometimes it was like fun because my grandma likes to take me shopping for my
Mm,
birthday. And so like that was always fun because then I would go and like buy a cute little dress or something and we would have like quality time together. And so that was also like that. I feel like I can't think of something that was like, oh, the gift was really good, but like that was just a really good like memory and experience. Like that has happened multiple times where I just like get to go and go shopping with her, and that's it's just a cutie little bonding birthday experience that
mm-hmm.
is always really fun. And then I get to like choose what I want too,
Mm-hmm.
because I know that was the problem is I never knew what I wanted. And I was like, just get me something that you think I would like. But then, yeah. So
Sometimes that's so fun because somebody will see something and think of you, and you would never have like thought of that for yourself, but then you get it and you're like, oh,
exactly.
that's giving like my gel nail set for Christmas. Like my
Mm-hmm.
sister-in-law got me like this gel nail light. Like I've never used gel nail polish ever, and like now I like live and die by that thing. It's so great.
Literally,
We love.
like I love when people are good gift givers because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm just so bad at it. I'm even bad at thinking about what I want. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Like I get a lot of like I don't know. I just don't want a lot of things, or I'll just like not wait until my birthday to like get something if I really really want it, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
Yeah, I can think of a couple birthdays that stand out for me. Well, I got a dog for my 8th birthday. That was
mm,
probably like the best gift I've ever gotten. And I don't know if I've said this, but she just passed away this last year. So like she lived to almost 14. And like she was like my best friend, and that was like such a memorable birthday cuz like I never at all thought I was getting a literal puppy. Like, oh my gosh. 8-year-old's dream. Like that was so great.
mm,
So I think that was super fun. On my 16th birthday, I took my driver's test. So like that was also a memorable birthday because I remember thinking like, "Oh, this is going to be such a great gift like to get my license." And like then I was scared I wasn't going to pass even though like I was pretty confident I was. And then I did, and then it was like pouring rain. And so like that was super memorable that birthday. And then I'd probably say my 21st birthday just because like it was like, "Woo, 21." And like we got to like go to the bar and like have fun. It was like that
the
was fun. It was
bar.
legal.
Yeah.
But
No.
like that was super fun too because I remember like we had like a cute birthday party and like you and
hmm
our other roommate like got me cupcakes and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." So like I
Yeah.
remember that. So that was super fun too.
Yeah.
So though I feel like those are the birthdays that like really stand out. But yeah, I feel like the thing about birthdays like I don't know, I feel like I never thought about the concept of getting older as being like a I don't know, thing to think about or like a not a concerning thing, but like I just was never conscious of the fact that like, oh, I'm constantly getting older until like I was turned 22.
Mm.
Like I feel like never once before that, because I know you had mentioned like you would like sometimes think about that and like the aspect of like growing older each year. I'm like I never once thought about that until I turned 22.
Yeah. I feel like I've thought about it. I remember when I was 17, I was like, man, I don't want to turn 18. Like, I just want to be like a kid. And like, but I also, it was weird though, because I also wanted like my independence, but I also didn't because that meant I was going to have to make decisions about my life. And so I was like stressed.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was 18, well, I was like, man, I don't know if I want to be 19. Like, it's kind of old. And then I was like, oh my gosh, 20 is so old. And now I'm like, going to turn 23. And like, that sounds so old, but also it's so exciting because I love my 20s. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
just so fun. But I feel like in some ways, growing older is kind of scary. I mean, like, you don't know where, like, who knows where I'll be in 5 years? Like, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have ideas and hopes and all that, but not like, this is where I'm going to be. So, I feel like that's kind of scary. And also, I love being young, but I feel like that, like, takes away from, like, I also really, really respect and value, like, older people and, like, their wisdom and stuff. And so I'm like, well, there's like, a beauty to aging too, but I think sometimes I, like, don't want to get older because I love being young so much.
Yeah, me too. I had on here I was going to ask you if you're afraid of getting older,
Mm.
which you kind of answered, but
Yeah, I'd say a little bit, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like I used to be, I don't know, I also feel like my concept of old now is different than it used to be, like as I get older. But like, yeah, I used to be afraid that like once I was no longer like young and in school and like constantly growing and evolving in like a child like way, that
Hmm.
my life was just gonna like be over.
Real
I
though.
don't know. Like I feel like it's even with like each passing year now when I like turned 22, I was like, "Oh my gosh, like that's so old." Like the expectations I used to have of people in their 20s like are just I don't know, they're different now. Like when I was
Hmm.
16, I was like, "Oh yeah, 24 is so old. I'll be married with a kid."
24.
Like that was like crazy. And then I was like 30, like, "Oh, my life's over."
Mm.
Whereas like now, like also I guess we have friends that are older than I am, and so like I can like actually see the reality of like what it looks like to be in your upper 20s and 30s.
Mm.
And like it's still good. Like it's still fun.
Yeah. And even when like, I'm like, oh man, like, I wish I was young. And then I like look back at like, oh, what who I was when I was 17, or even like when I was 21, and I'm like, man, I do not want to go back. Like, I am glad where I am right now. Like, I'm happy where I am. And
Mhm.
so then I'm like, okay, I'm glad that I'm getting older and like changing, and like, I don't miss college as much as I thought I was going to. And I thought that was going to be like the end because I was getting older and no longer needed to be in school. But now
Mhm.
I'm like, ugh, life is so great now.
Yeah.
Like, and it's only going to get better. It's just going to be different.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's such a weird concept to me that like when I look back at myself like years before, I'm like, wow, I was so immature. Like, wow, I can't believe like I thought that way. Like that's so childish. Or like, wow, the decisions I made are just like so immature. But yet when I like remember how I was thinking at the time, like I was always functioning at 100% brain capacity. Like I never thought like, oh, I'm acting dumb right now, or oh, I'm acting this way, or like, oh, if only I was more mature. Like I never
Mm-hmm.
thought that at the time. But then like now when I'm looking back, I'm like, wow, I'm just so much more mature now. And like I know so much more because like that's just what happens when you get older.
Yeah. It's kind of, it's like you're supposed to act immature when you are a kid. But like when you look back on it, you're like, dang, why did I ever do that? Why did I ever think that? Which also then it makes me think of like adults who are like kids these days, like doing all these things. But like sometimes when you're older, you like, forget what it was like to be a kid
Mm-hmm.
and like to genuinely not be thinking in the same way that you would when you're an adult.
Yeah, I think it's weird the way that memories fade over time.
Hmm.
Where like even thinking like a year ago or like 6 months ago of like what I was thinking, and like it's weird that we are consciously living every day and yet you don't remember so much of the life you've lived.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, which maybe is so much why I like pictures and I like writing letters and I like journaling because then I can go back and it's a lot easier for me to experience and remember like what it was like.
Mm-hmm. And not only like remember what happened, but remembering what you were feeling. Like that's what I really like about journaling is like you're going back and you're like reading what your thoughts were at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I forget that. And so that's why it's like fun to journal like on my birthday or before my birthday to be like, "Oh, this is how I was feeling about this and all that." Even like in like a few months, I go back and I read the things that I was thinking. And I'm like, wow, things have changed. Like I'm just different now,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy.
Yeah. It's cool to see the arc. It's giving a movie where like or a book where you know the ending. And then
Hmm.
you get to go back and be like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, reminiscing. I love reminiscing though. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about birth order? That was the other thing on my
Yeah.
list. Or we can go somewhere else if you wanna.
No, I think that's cool.
Okay. Um, I guess the reason I was reminiscing and I thought it would be cool to include birth order in this is because like talking about like getting older and like the people and the things that have shaped the way we are and like things like that. And also, I recently was babysitting my niece and nephew because I have a new nephew now, which is super fun.
Yay.
But like even just like seeing the dynamics of these children that are like just a couple years old, but like they're siblings and like there's definitely an oldest and a middle and like now there's a youngest. And so it's just like so interesting to see like I've heard so many theories about birth order. And so I thought it was just like so interesting to like see the dynamics of like how early it starts,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I am a middle child
Mhm.
and you are a
And I am
youngest
a
child.
youngest child. Yeah.
But I feel like an important thing to note for both of us is we are the only daughters. We
Yes.
both have three brothers.
Yep.
So I wonder if that like affects things or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know too. Do you feel like you're a middle child? And in what ways do you feel like you're a middle child? Because I feel like you've said before you feel like a middle
Hmm.
child.
Yeah. I say I feel like a middle child in multiple ways. One, I felt like I was in the middle of a lot of things. Like I was kind of having to be the mediator between the siblings and kind of like be the peacemaker. So I was like that in that way. Um Another thing is like I go with the flow in a lot of things, which like that could just be my personality. It could be affected by what order I was born, but like I didn't have to like make the decisions or necessarily be a leader, even though I was like, so there's four of us and I'm the second oldest, so like I kind of have some more authority
Mm-hmm.
than if I were the second middle child. So yeah, I feel like I go with the flow, but I never felt forgotten. Like I feel like that's a common thing with middle children is they feel forgotten. But then again, I wonder if it was because I was the only girl, and so
Mm-hmm.
like I guess I maybe got more attention because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely like feeling like the mediator, feeling like the in between. Gotta make sure everything's going smoothly, being a peacemaker sort of thing. I feel like is definitely reflects in my life now.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I'd say I do feel like a middle child, but not in like the negative ways that maybe people might associate middle children with.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Do you feel like a youngish sibling?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I was reading some well, I have like I've read before like the different characteristics of like oldest, middle and youngest children and only children. And I think it's fascinating because I don't know, I feel like in some ways like I follow the youngest stuff, but also like I don't. Like a lot of the times they say that like the youngest children are like rebellious and spontaneous and like I feel like I don't know, I'm more spontaneous than I used to be. And I guess I'm more can be more rebellious than I used to be, but also like I don't know, I feel like I actually possessed a lot of the traits of like only children, which is really fascinating. And the reason that I wonder like that can be partially explained is that so I'm the youngest of four, and like the third kid is 4 years older than me. And so, like, for my entire high school career, like, I was at home alone. And so, like, in a lot of ways, like, my most formative years, like, I was kind of like an only child at home. Like, I was the last one in the house. And so, like, I got a lot of attention. And so then I was, like, very much like the center of attention and, like, I don't know, taking charge and being responsible for things. And, like, I feel like I'm quite ambitious and I don't know. So I thought that was really fascinating. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I feel like you're also like a coordinator in a lot of ways too.
yeah,
You
I
do
feel
some
like I
things.
have a lot of traits of oldest children.
Yeah, maybe you're like the oldest child, but also I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely not middle child characteristics for
No.
sure. But like all the other ones, I feel like I have like some traits of each,
Mm.
which is interesting.
Do you feel like I remember us talking about this, like about relationships and like who would get along, like does it
Oh, like who's most compatible? Oh, I
yes.
looked that up today. I
Okay,
wrote it
who's the
down.
most compatible?
Yeah, so this is for like dating of like what birth order is the most compatible. So the good matches, we'll start there. Oldest and youngest, middle and youngest, middle and middle, which is interesting. And then only children can be like with the oldest or the youngest, which is interesting.
Really?
Like I feel like for a lot of those, like oldest and youngest and middle and youngest like really makes sense to me just because like I feel like the youngest is used to having a lot of attention, which I guess that's a characteristic like I see like I'm used to having like a lot of attention or like vying for attention and like I feel like I'm loud because like I needed to be loud in the household. But anyway, I feel like I don't know, that one makes sense. The middle and middle, I feel like in some ways like I don't know, I guess cuz they're both easygoing, so it
Well,
doesn't like
see,
make waves.
I don't know who wrote that.
Oh, I wrote it down purewow.com.
Wow, sounds really reliable.
Yes, yes.
I have some issues with that.
Okay.
Maybe it's just like stereotype. Like this is all obviously stereotypical stuff, but I feel like a middle and middle doesn't make sense because I feel like they're both like gonna. If we're talking only stereotypically here, they're both gonna be like easy go with the flow, and I feel like you need to have somebody who's like in charge or like gonna make the decisions. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
feel like you gotta have like a middle and oldest or a middle and youngest. Or even I feel like middle could go with anybody, to be honest.
Well, it did say, okay, so the bad matches, it said that a middle child and an only child would be a bad match. Because, like,
Why?
only children are used to being, like, the center of attention and, like, not having to answer to anybody. And I don't know exactly why it said that middle was bad for that. Because the middle are, like, used to, like, having to work with people and stuff, I think.
Uh,
But yeah, other bad matches were oldest and oldest, which I definitely see.
yeah,
Like the power struggle there for sure. Youngest and youngest, because it said like they were like, who's gonna make the decisions and everybody's not gonna be responsible. And I was like, okay. But I feel like it would be more like vying for attention. Like I feel like if I were dating a youngest child, like I'd really struggle on like the desire for attention.
yeah.
But I don't know. And then only children and only children are bad together because they're both used to being the only one there, the center of attention.
Yeah. So I guess like that's funny that it's only middle that could also be with middle.
Yeah.
Is what it says.
Well, middle and oldest.
It can.
No, middle and youngest are good.
No, but I'm saying like oldest and oldest, no. Youngest and youngest, no. Only and
Oh, I
only,
see.
no.
I see.
But middle and middle, yes.
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
Maybe because middles are more go with the flowy in general. So they're just
Yeah.
more compatible. Like there are more good matches that have middles in them than bad. Like there are 3 situations that the middles would be good and only one that it would be bad.
What does it say about middle and oldest? Bad?
Oh, that's
Where's
not on my list. I would guess it'd be good. according to all the other ones, like if it follows the path of all the other ones.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is all just like,
Right, yeah. But also like like I don't know. Like I'm dating a middle child and like I feel like that works well,
yeah,
but I don't know.
that's true. It's crazy.
And also like you're a middle child and we get along really well.
Yeah, but you're youngest.
Yeah. Youngest and middle get along well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
You're a middle and I'm a youngest
yeah,
and we
yeah.
get along well.
True, true.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I just think about all my, yeah, I know. Obviously, that's not the only factor. Like, it's only if those people like fit into the stereotypes.
Right. Yeah.
But it's just interesting to think about.
Mhm.
Kind of fun, actually, to think about.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, let me think about all of my friendships and like,
Uh-huh.
who is who. And it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm not friends with very many youngest people. I can think of a few, but like even I can think of like one high school friend. Like we get along, but also sometimes it's just the dynamic. Like she's very much a youngest child like I am. And it's just
Mm,
interesting.
yeah.
Like sometimes I like feel a power dynamic struggle.
Mm,
It's just fascinating.
I can see that. I also think it just depends on like parenting styles and like if they're good at discipline
Mm-hmm.
and all that. But I feel like it'd be stressful to be the oldest child, low key.
Yeah. I think so too, because also so much of what I've done is like watching my brothers like
Mm,
do things and then I can like be like, "Oh, I didn't like the way that turned out or I didn't like the way he did that. I'll just change it instead of having to like create something from scratch."
yeah, it's actually really nice. I feel like I did that a lot with my older brother.
Mhm.
Just be like, oh, he did this, so I'm not going to do that. Or he did do this and I want to do that.
Yeah, cuz then you saw it work, but he
Mm-hmm.
put in the work first to figure it out.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
Yeah, I'm taking advantage of that, you know?
Yeah.
It is kind of cool.
But like no wonder like a lot of the times like oldest children like tend to be leaders and stuff cuz they kind of have to. Like they
Mm-hmm.
don't have like an older sibling to like pave the way for them or to like be able to use an example.
Yeah. And then there's probably more stress on them too
Mhm.
to like be the leader,
Yeah.
especially if like parents are busy and like having to take care of younger siblings and
Mhm.
drive them around maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really like being an older sister and a younger sister too.
Mhm.
But like it's fun. Like I don't know. I feel like very like connected with my siblings and being I don't know, it's kind of like the best of both worlds. I got older and younger.
Mhm.
It's just cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one more question. Do you have
Okay.
other things you want
No, we can
to
go
talk
with your
about?
question.
Okay. This doesn't have much to do with that, but would you rather spend time with older people or younger people?
Older people.
And like why?
Okay, I answered that really fast.
Yeah,
And
you
like don't
did.
get me wrong. Like I really like younger people like you learn so much from them that's so cool. And I like have done a lot of things with younger people. But I feel like throughout my life, like in general, like I really value wisdom. I really value like life experience. I really value like intellectual conversations. And those things you can definitely like get from younger people. But throughout my life, a lot of it has been like looking up to people and like having like mentors or people that I was inspired by. And usually those people are older.
Mhm.
And I feel like in some ways I've been like maybe more mature for my age than other people. And so like I've tended to want to like have more genuine connections and like conversations and that tends to be with older people.
Mhm.
But now I feel like I've definitely like had more experiences with younger people and like being a mentor to them and like watching them grow and that's also really rewarding for me too. But like personally when I was growing up, I would always like look up to older people.
Mhm.
So that's my hot take.
Uh-huh. Is that a hot take?
No, I was just
Oh,
being
okay.
dramatic.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably pick younger people. I don't think I'd answer as quickly, but I'd still answer younger people. But also, I feel like it depends on what context. Because,
Mm.
like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I also really appreciate, like, hanging out with people's parents when they talk about, like, and I can, like, ask them questions about, like, their experiences of whatever I'm going through. And then I can, like, learn from that, like you kind of
Mm.
said. But also, I don't know. There's just something fun about people younger than me. Like, not necessarily like children, but like people like up to like 5 or whatever years younger than me, even 10. I don't know. Sometimes I vibe with like people that are like even like 12. I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Even maybe 12-year-olds. Potentially. 11,
But
not so
like, I
sure.
don't know. I feel like it's fun to have like people that are younger because also, I don't know. I guess I'm more mature obviously than I used to be, but also like I still like to like be silly and have fun. And sometimes I think I have the humor of a 12-year-old boy. And like I don't
Hmm.
know, I just feel like that's fun and I can sometimes relate in my silliness more to younger people.
Mm.
Like I feel like younger people are more willing to be silly with me. And so then like I don't know, it makes me feel like carefree and like fun in that way.
Yeah.
And I feel like also I tend to like naturally gravitate towards younger people. Even like I have like a lot of friends that are like a couple years younger than me.
Hmm.
So,
I see that for you.
yeah. I see older for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also like being silly, though. Like, I'm a very goofy person.
Mhm.
Goofy. So, I don't know. It depends. I also people just my age.
Yeah.
Just like people my age.
Yeah.
But
I feel
also older
like
people.
I vibe the same with people my age like exactly as I do with younger people.
Yeah.
But also maybe with older people I feel the expectation like I'm supposed to not be silly.
Mm.
Maybe.
See, I just want to like bring that light. You gotta be a child at heart. And
Mhm.
like a lot of our friends are older than us.
I know. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
And also like, I don't know, like I have a lot of fun with it's not like I don't like my friends. Like I really like them.
Mm,
But also, I think that's also because like we're silly together too.
that's true.
And
Yeah.
so like I think I just appreciate friendships that I can be silly and like I
Yeah.
feel like more often I feel comfortable being silly around younger people.
That's true. Like when you first meeting somebody, if they're younger, you're more likely to like act younger, I
Hmm.
guess.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Cutie.
Cutie patootie.
Do you have other things or do you want to wrap it up?
We can wrap it up.
Okay. Last words, last thoughts.
Um, it's my birthday soon, everyone.
Yes. Happy birthday, Kelly.
Thank you.
She will be 23.
I'm gonna be so old.
No longer accepting autograph requests.
Nope.
So you better submit those.
Yep. If you need one, just send us a little DM.
Yep. Pay us the appropriate fee. We'll get that shipped over to you right away.
Yes, not a problem.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Slay. Birthdays.
Woo!
That's fun. All right, friends. Thank you so much for listening.
And you'll hear from us 2 weeks from now.
Yep. Scooby Doop.
Scooby Whoop.
Okay, bye.
Bye.